What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, a huge thank you for coming back. We really appreciate you. So that last little montage, that little clip that you saw, was of me making the track bar bracket, I guess hardware arms. This is a arm that we use on the track bar brackets, and it's basically the 5/8 bolt they go on the frame rail. Now, there was no really easy way of installing that bolt through the frame rail, because there's really no place that it fits. So the only good way was to feed it through the front of the frame rail. And I first started doing it with a little tab like this and some fish wire that you would basically fish through the front of the frame rail and then feed it through that hole. That was still a little bit more complicated than I liked. So what we did was basically just extend this tab so you could just feed it through the front of your frame rail. Now you will have to remove the bumper to be able to do this, but I still think that while doing the swap, it's a good idea to remove the bumper, especially if you're going to be using jack stands on the front of the frame rail. And then this other one, we still use it, but we use it on the back bolt. This one's super easy to install, even if you don't have this tab. But this tab really helps because it's a little dark in there, but you feed it through this window, and then the tab holds the bolt in place. That way you only need a tool on the nut, which again just makes it a lot easier. And then these are 5/8 bolts, so these are pretty big bolts. Some other people use 1/2 inch bolts, and as you can see, it's quite a difference. So you can really tighten these a lot better. It's a bigger bolt, a bigger surface area, so it's just way better on what I think is one of the most important brackets of this entire swap. So again, we're pretty proud of this part. And again, making just like 6 of those took us a little bit over 30 minutes, and that's not even counting cutting them. They're already pre-cut. So it's little things that take us a little bit longer, but at the end they give us a better product. I don't know, again, like I said, I'm really happy and proud with this kit, and I'm really excited for the 428 inch. But yeah, also, I don't know if you saw, but we have stickers, and we actually have a new one coming pretty soon. But yeah, they're on the website. We also have t-shirts. I'm not wearing it right now, but we do have t-shirts and stickers on the website. So if you guys want one, the link will be down below. You can also find our axle swap kit there as well. And as you can see, we have the truck back in the shop. We have the forklift. That's a step ladder. I love this forklift. Definitely one of the best purchases we've done so far. But as I mentioned in the last video, this thing was low on oil. It was so low that it almost died on the way here when I first brought it to do the swap. That's why I didn't want to drive it on the last video, because I knew it was really low on oil. But we got 2 gallons of some T5 to throw on this thing. It already took 1 gallon, and it's barely, not even at the ad mark on the dipstick. So it definitely needs quite a bit more. It was, like I said, it was low. Like, it wasn't even reading on the dipstick. So yeah. One of the things I want to add to this truck is the I don't know, I guess fill tube extender or whatever. The Super Duties have it, so it's basically a taller fill stick. So I gotta look for one of those and get it for this truck. Alrighty, it took about 1.5 gallons to fill this thing. And again, forklift for the win. Okay, yeah, so this thing took almost 1.5 gallons of oil, so it was low. And like I said, I could feel that it was almost dying, and that's kind of like the first thing that popped up to my head because I knew that I hadn't checked the oil in the longest time. So I think she'll be good now. And you know, we basically don't need an oil change anymore. We pretty much did it. So I did drive this thing home last night though. I added that gallon of oil and it was good enough. I stopped at the store to pick up the other gallon. But this thing drove amazingly good. Like it rode so good. Those coils with those shocks ride way better than the rough country set did. It's honestly crazy. Like it blew my mind how much better it rides now. It's really really nice. Like a really nice drive. Like you don't feel the bumps as much anymore. Like it doesn't feel as harsh again. Like it's going from the OBS leaf spring setup suspension to the 05 Plus swap. It was a huge improvement, and honestly going to this setup is almost as good as an improvement. Not quite as good, but it's definitely noticeable. And I'm really glad that I like where it's at right now because I'm definitely gonna keep it at about this height. We are still gonna try the 7-inch springs, but like other than that, it rode really nice. Like it was super nice, super solid. All while the suspension feeling like way more plush and way more forgiving. So I'm definitely happy with it. Like I drove down this dirt road that you can take kind of like the back way to my house, and usually the truck would it's like a washboard road, and the truck would I guess be so harsh that it started kind of like fishtailing a little bit. It didn't do that anymore. Like it was way more planted, way more solid, and it didn't feel like the truck was gonna fall apart. So yeah, honestly crazy. Like I always knew that Fox shocks were the way to go. I just didn't know that they were that good. And then those coil springs were just a huge surprise for me. Now, what was also a huge surprise for me is how much additional lift we gained. Again, these springs still need to be broken in, but we gained about 3 inches of lift, more or less, from what was supposed to be a 1-inch lift. Again, those rough country, the gray ones, are 3-inch springs. The Skyjackers are 4-inch springs. So like I said, we were supposed to only get 1 inch. And right now we're sitting at 40 inches from the center line of the wheel to the wheel arch. And again, that's 40 inches. On the old setup, last time I measured it, I believe it was like 37 inches. Let me check. Okay, sorry, it was 42 inches before and now it's 44, so it's gained 2 inches, but this thing has already settled about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, so I don't know if it's gonna settle another inch, but we'll see. Like I said, I'll keep updating you guys and I'll keep measuring over the week and see how much it settles. The other thing that we're measuring right now is how centered the axle is under the truck, and the way that I do that is I choose a spot on the coil bucket that I can measure on both sides. Usually I like going kind of in between the coil and the shock, and in between those two bolts right there, so it's directly on the coil bucket. And then you make sure you're square, and then you choose a lug. You gotta make sure that it's gonna be the same lug on both sides, and then just take that measurement, go to the other side, make sure you do the measurement about as equally as possible, and then once you take both measurements, take the difference, whatever that difference is, divide it in half, and that's how much you adjust it. So right now the axle is about 3/8 to the driver's side, so I have to go 3/16 to the passenger side. And again, the way we do that is with those shims. So what I would do is get the next size over that's closest to those 3/16 and install it there. Now what I'm noticing is that, again, this should be about as low as we can go. So on the next rendition, on the final, I guess, the draft, on the final finished product, instead I'm actually gonna go 3/16 with the whole mount over towards that way. Um, that way, it has more adjustment on both sides, if that makes any sense. But again, that's why we test things. That's why I like to test things as much as possible. So I want to try and work out all those problems myself. That way, you guys have a completely finished product. But anyways, all I've been doing is packaging. Packaging is one of those things that takes so long. It took me almost all day yesterday to package those boxes. I mean, I did do a few other things, but it takes so long to package. Again, if you have a lot of orders, it could take me like 2 days out of the week just to package. But yeah, we're gonna do a few other things around the shop, and we'll see where this goes. You guys did tell me that you liked that one of the last videos where I kind of did just didn't, a day in the life of BDD. And that's kind of what we're doing. It's definitely nice having all this space. I still gotta come back and clean everything out, but first we have quite a few things to do. I gotta do a lot of cutting today, actually, because tomorrow starts our fabrication weekend. We do pretty much all of our fabrication on the weekends, because that's when my welder, my buddy, can come and weld. And that guy, we gotta give him huge props. Like, I always say this, but that guy can really lay down some welds. Like, tell me there's a kid out there with better, cleaner welds than that. It's awesome. We call him Shareman around here. Shareman can really lay down some welds. Like, thank you, man. You're badass. And again, he he has his day job, and then on the weekends he comes and welds for us, and we really appreciate him, and we're trying to get him full time. So the more orders you guys give us, the faster we can hire him full time, and the faster we can start doing a lot of cool things. So yeah, again, thank you, man. Thank you guys. Thank you, Shareman. But yeah, let's get back to work. Okay guys, so we just got done with the whole weekend of fabrication, and I think it went pretty well. Wasn't able to finish everything, but at least now we have some stuff ready for next weekend. But we got knocked out a few radius arm brackets, and then here are the rest. So we're good on radius arm brackets for this week. We got some coil buckets, a few track bar brackets. So again, at least we have enough made for the orders that we have this week. Another thing that I've been kind of working on is trying to clear out this whole space next to this rack, and that's to give me more space here to work on the trucks. What I'm kind of thinking about is kind of giving myself a little bit more space here to work on trucks, and then basically just using this for more fab stuff. One thing that I am going to be investing here on here pretty soon is a new plasma table. Trying to go with the full size table. I'm actually thinking about sticking with Longmire Systems. I always have the hardest time saying their name. And going with their XR table, which is it's not really new anymore, but it is their newest table, and it's a full size table. And again, I've been really happy with this company. I mean, it's allowed me to start this business, and I haven't really had any major issues with their machines. There has been issues, nothing like hardware related or anything like that, but getting everything to play right. And I think that might be mostly user error, but again, the machine has been great to me. So, and then their XR is supposed to be that much better. So again, I'm definitely thinking about sticking with them because I'm really happy with this. But we do need a full-size table, so that means that basically this whole area is going to be taken up by the table. And what I'm thinking about doing with this space right here is, one, finding a good way to have material storage, maybe like on carts or something that's a little bit mobile. So have material storage, scrap storage, all that stuff, kind of like around here. And another thing we're thinking about getting is a tube bender that will allow us to kind of do some products that we've been thinking about selling, and then just have it to do cool projects. So all of that would live somewhere around here, and then just a project truck at a time would be here. Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the setup here, but the only thing that kind of sucked about me being on this side is that I basically lost all this space. So I can't really be working on anything long term here. If it's going to be working on here, it's something that I got to make sure that I can move, relatively easy, just in case they need to access their side. So again, kind of sucks, but again, it sort of makes up with it for it because I've got that other smaller space over there that it's taken up by office here, and again, that's kind of what we used to put our press brake on. But yeah, like I said, I'm just moving stuff out of here, clearing this out. This gave me an additional like 3 or 4 feet of space that way, so definitely pretty happy with that. So let me show you this. We've been working on the office, getting a nice office set up, and I'm super excited with how it's going. So this is my office right now. I'm super freaking happy with it. We've got a couch on here, we've got plants, we've got some art, and then we're trying to choose a color for the office. And then I actually have not a new desk, but a different desk. This used to be in this office, and this is the desk that used to be in there. As you can see, we only kept a small part of it. But this is a smaller desk, so it gives us a little bit more space here in the office. And it's honestly a nicer desk than the other one over there. But I think it's a much nicer place to be at now. I do have to put some pictures in the frames. That's coming. Okay, and one of the favorite things that we've done is adding that second screen to this computer. So for now, I am putting together a better computer package. But for now, I've been working on that Mac, and it's a really small screen. It's kind of annoying to work with, especially when I'm trying to do different things. And I completely forgot that we had a computer monitor that we weren't using at the house. So my wife reminded me, and we brought that over. Oh, and by the way, if you guys have never seen it, this is our website. So we got my favorite picture of the truck right there. And we've got all of our products. Now, one thing that I do need to work on is getting updated pictures for most of this stuff, because some of this stuff looks a little bit different now, a little bit better. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be updating all of these, most of these pictures. But yeah, this is our website. And again, like I said earlier today, we have t-shirts on the website. And these are some super nice, high quality t-shirts. We've got that design on the back. And then that's on the front. Again, I really like the shirts, and they're really, really good, high quality shirts. So definitely suggest getting one of them. But anyways, as I mentioned in the last upload, or in this upload, I can't remember anymore. We have been working on a set of radius arms, and this is kind of about where I'm at. Haven't really done a whole lot of work on them yet, just because I haven't had a chance. But that's a little sneak peek at what I'm working on right now for as far as the radius arms go. This week we're actually going to be probably finalizing the whole design, so definitely super excited for that. And again, I know that I say it every video, but I'm truly super grateful for you guys because of the support that you guys give us, because you guys believe in our products. Like, we're able to have stuff like this that honestly I have always dreamed of. Like, I've always wanted a cool shop. I've always wanted an office, like a cool office, and it's coming together. So again, a huge thank you. A little bit of a different video. Like, again, like I said, I'm trying to at least these shop vlogs, kind of to show you what's going on within a week. And then I don't know if to make these like once or twice a month, or to make this like as an add-on video, so like maybe get an additional video every week or so. I don't know. But yeah, definitely, if you guys liked it, leave a thumbs up. Leave any questions that you might have down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.